Hello 40 Plusers, Deborah here. Greetings subscribers and YouTubers. We are here today to compare brushes in 3 different parts of the price spectrum. The e.l.f. White Essentials brushes that cost $1. The Sonia Kashuk core brushes with the white handles. And they cost between $4 and $12. And the Too Faced Teddy Bear Hair 5-piece brush set, which retails at $65 for 5 brushes. I'm only comparing 3 brushes in this comparison. So the Sonia Kashuk number 203, large shader brush. Large is right. That is as big as my thumb. Wide. It is a decent thickness. It is not as thick as the teddy bear hairbrush, but it is wider. And it is certainly wider and thicker than this e.l.f. shader brush. Of the 3, the e.l.f. brush I would use in powders, in glitters, and in cream shadows. I would not use these other 2 in cream shadows. I think they're too thick and would pick up way too much product. As it is, this Sonia Kashuk large shader brush covers half of my eyelid. It's a very fast application, picks up a good amount of product, and it holds on to the product. Even shadows with some glitter, it holds on to them, where I think better than the Too Faced all over shadow brush. I don't think this holds on to glittery shadows very well. Mattes or satins is fine, but when you get into the metallics or glitters, it starts to not pick up product very well. This one did a very good job. But as far as softness and durability, the Too Faced is the softest eye brush I have, and shader brush. Plus, it can even apply shadows that go on patchy. It makes them smooth. So for a mid-range brush, this is very good, and I think I'll probably have a few more in my collection soon, so I don't have to wash my brushes as frequently. Now, I'm going to move on to the number 116 large crease brush, also from the core set, Sonia Kashuk. Here's the packaging. Here's the brush. See, it comes to a tapered point. This is a soft brush. It is nice. Gentle, not pokey at all. And we're comparing it once again. This is the e.l.f. $1 eye blending brush. This is kind of pokey. It's rough. No doubt about it. Not rough. And then we go to Decadent. This is the blending brush from the Too Faced Teddy Bear Hair set. This is not rough at all. This is super soft. However, I find that this brush is a little large for my crease. Now, it says blending brush. It doesn't say crease brush. So perhaps there is a crease brush that would be smaller, but for my eyes, I have pretty small eyes. This is too big for my crease, but as a blending brush, it's really nice. This number 116 large crease brush fits perfectly. It does taper to a certain extent and applied shadow in my crease and helped blend. This e.l.f. brush is uncomfortable to use. When I'm using this brush, I know it's time to wash brushes. Okay, and the third Sonia Kashuk core brush I'm going to compare today is the large angled contour brush. It looks like this, angled, and contour is pretty thin. It's not big and around like a powder brush. And we're comparing this to the e.l.f. bronzing brush. Similar shapes. This one's smaller, but they're about the same thickness. Density wise, the Sonia Kashuk is much more dense compared to this brush. This, you can thin it down almost to nothing, like a fan brush. Very harsh line, less harsh line with this, but you can still thin it out somewhat. And I'm comparing this to the flat boogie from Too Faced. Came with the bronzer wardrobe, the mini bronzer wardrobe set. So this is the Too Faced flat boogie. It is not angled, but it is a similar thickness, and it is for contouring with those bronzers. So it sits in that area and does the job. It's a very, very soft, very decadent brush, as all the teddy bear hair brushes are. I have used all of these in day-to-day applications, and I prefer this one, the Too Faced flat boogie. This hurts. It is harsh, very harsh, scratchy. And this is a nice brush. I think that it's a little, not very, I would prefer it a little stiffer, I think. The thickness is nice. It's the right thickness for my contour. But I think once you push it down, it flares out and spreads. So you don't want to do that. You want to use a very light hand to keep it more precise. Where this one doesn't really spread out. It flares back and forth, but not out. So, again, I'll say I prefer the flat boogie from Too Faced. Now, then I have this Essential Eye Kit. It's a 5-piece eye kit. And this, I regret. So, for me, these core white-handled brushes, they're nice. But this mini brush set, I mean, it's mini. And here, can you hear this? Very stiff. And that is the number 5. What is the number 5? Oh. Comes with this little case and a mirror. That's nice, but not worth it to me. The number 5, this is the crease brush, and this is what it sounds like. And then the number 4 is the blending brush And it doesn't feel anything like this crease brush from Sonia Kashuk. This number 4 blending brush feels more like the e.l.f. brush. Not very nice. It comes with an angled liner brush, but it's pretty thick. So I think that it's a little thick for my tastes. As far as the liner brush goes, I have trouble enough making a thin line without using a thicker brush. So that's a no-go for me. And let's see, number 2 is a smudger brush. And I don't want this anywhere near my eyes. It's already shedding. I mean, it doesn't feel good on my finger. That is unfortunate. This is an unfortunate brush accident waiting to happen. The smudger. And the final is the shader or shadow brush. This one's okay. It's got a slight taper, and you can see that the brushes start tapering about halfway up, and it's got a taper on the sides and on the thickness, and it's a decent thickness. You could make it a little thinner if you pinch the ferrule some, but this one I would use. That's the only one. The shadow or shader brush. I regret buying this part. I regret it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might return this essential kit. Wasn't inexpensive, but it wasn't expensive either. It was middle of the road. Return this, and maybe I can get 2 more of these, or a powder brush. I'd try a powder brush with this core line. So this 5-piece essential eye kit I want to return, exchange for more core line white handled brushes. And here are the 3 that I picked up. Angled contour, large shader, large crease. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see close-ups on any of these brushes, let me know that as well. I'll post a family group picture, and we will go from there. Thank you for watching. Be happy, be healthy, learn something new every day. This is Deborah, and I'm out.